everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. In this lesson, we are going to learn lesson 8 of the A1 German series. In today's lesson, we are going to talk about yes, no questions, which are Ja, Nein Fragen. So we are going to learn how to form questions that are answered with a yes or a no. And in German, they are called Ja, Nein Fragen. Let's start with the sentence structure. The sentence structure of these questions are: you start with a verb, then the subject, then we have other elements. The verbs have to be conjugated according to the subject. So far, we have already learned how to conjugate regular verb. If you have not seen that, make sure to check it out. Let's see the first sentence. Ist das ein Auto? Ist das ein Auto? Okay, so ist is the verb, das here is the subject, and then ein Auto is the other element. Okay, so this question means that is that a car? Is that a car? So how do you reply it? Ja, das ist ein Auto. Yes, that is a car. Yeah, so you start with ja. Okay. Now when you are answering, you start with the subject, the verb, and then other elements. When you are doing the question, you start with the verb. But when you are answering, you start with the subject. So the answer can be two. Answers can be two. Ja, das ist ein Auto. Yes, that is a car. Or nein, das ist kein Auto. Nein, das ist kein Auto. No, that is not a car. The subject, the verb, and then other elements. In the previous lesson, we learned how to negate. Yeah, we learned how to negate nouns and verbs and so more. So make sure, if you have not seen that video, make sure to watch it so that it will be easier for you to know how to negate when you are using nein. Nein is no. Ja, yes. Nein, no. So, ist das ein Auto? Ja, das ist ein Auto. Yes, that is a car. Or nein, das ist kein Auto. Let's see another sentence. Hast du ein Handy? Hast du ein Handy? Do you have a phone? So our sentence structure is verb, subject, other elements. Yeah. Hast du ein Handy? Do you have a phone? So how do you answer to that? Ja, ich habe ein Handy. Ja, ich habe ein Handy. Yes, I have a phone. So we start with the subject, ich, the verb, habe, and then ein Handy, other elements. And the second answer is nein, ich habe kein Handy. Nein, ich habe kein Handy. So, nein, then you start with the subject, the verb, and then the other element. No, I have no phone. Let's go to the next example. Kochst du? Kochst du? Do you cook? Do you cook? So you start with the verb, the subject, and then in this case, there's no other element. Your sentence can end there because this sentence means, do you cook? So it's a yes or no question. So you say, ja, ich koche. Yes, I cook. Ja, then we have ich, the subject, then we have koche, the verb. So ja, ich koche, or you say nein, ich koche nicht. Nein, ich koche nicht. So ich, the subject, koche, the verb, and then we have nicht. In the previous lesson, where we were learning how to negate verbs, we say that verbs, when you want to negate verbs, you use nicht. That is why there is nicht at the end of the sentence. Make sure to watch that video so that you can understand. Because when you use nein, it has its own rules. So nein, ich koche nicht. The last example for this topic. Singt sie? Does she sing? Ja, sie singt. Sie singt. Ja, sie singt. Yes, she sings. Or nein, sie singt nicht. Nein, sie singt nicht. No, she does not sing. So when you are negating the verb, you use nicht. All of this is in the previous lesson where we learned how to negate. So it's simple. When you are forming yes or no questions, yes or no questions are questions that are answered with a yes or a no. The sentence structure of the sentences of the questions are, you start with the verb, and the verb has to be conjugated. Then you go to the subject, then you go to the other elements. You must follow that order. So this verb here has to be conjugated according to the subject. Okay, for example, here hast du ein Auto, hast du ein Handy, hast du ein Handy. So we have the verb hast and the subject do. So this verb has been conjugated according to do. Also, there is a lesson on this. So if you have not understood or you're not understanding what I'm saying, you can go back and check conjugation of verbs so that it can be easier for you. And that's it for yes or no questions. So if you have any questions, you can write them on the comment sections below. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and like this video. Make sure to also turn your notifications bells on so that when I post a new lesson, you'll be the first one to be notified. Choose.